I'm going to give you what I hope will be a quick demonstration of the Skaldic database. What you see here is the opening page, and already there's a little bit of a break there, but that's fine. I've reduced everything to try and make the size of this video a bit smaller. This is a basic interface with some information about the project as a whole, but most of what we have is under the category of database here. And as you can see, there's a lot of different categories of information in here which are available publicly. So this, what you're seeing here is the public view. We have 2 published volumes that are available publicly, and as you can see, we're getting most of the way through the corpus. Going back to the previous page, there's a kind of random stanza of the day link. Here we have a verse from a 14th century poem. The way it's entered is to give a text that can be exported for the book and which is also usable online in various ways. So this is the full contents of the edition: a text, a prose word order, a translation, manuscript apparatus, additions and notes. The edition itself is here, and there's an interactive form which allows you, for instance, to see information about each word, the kennings, that's the periphrases, textual apparatus and notes and so on, and also to reorder the text into a prose order using a nice little animation here. There are transcriptions of manuscripts, and in most cases as well there are links to manuscript images, scans of the manuscript pages relevant, and in some cases digital images which are only often available to signed-in members. Signing in will give you access to not only edit the information but also other types of information that aren't otherwise available, such as this kind of enlarged digital images. Going back to our stanza, then we can see, I'll just reload that, a set of links to export the information for the book. So this is how it's exported, and this eventually goes to form the published print version of the edition. The key to the success of this database is the ability to edit information. So clicking on the pencil will give you a set of forms which allow you to enter and edit information about each stanza. The basic verse text is put in here. It's broken up into lines that then can be analysed metrically. The text can be reordered in a prose word order. This is very important for this poetry to be able to understand it. So you just drag and drop and adjust the punctuation here. And likewise the translation is entered linked to individual words, which isn't ideal, but again there's a sort of drag and drop interface. The nominal periphrases or kennings are entered through a separate form. Each word can be linked to a dictionary headword here, and there's a whole lot of other things that I won't go into. Likewise, we have forms for entering the variant apparatus and explanatory notes and so on. So because each of the words in the text is linked to a dictionary, each of the lines potentially to a metrical form, and each of the stanzas to a whole lot of contextual information, there's a lot of information built in here. So you can browse through the corpus by the normal means. You can look at it in terms of the manuscripts. So this manuscript has stanzas of Gudmundur here and other ones as well with images. You can look at it in terms of other things. The metrical forms of Skaldic poetry are named in the Middle Ages. The most common one is Drodgveit, but we have a few other variants which can be found this way. So Havelag is a particularly intricate one, comes up in it's places here and there it looks a bit like that. A very complex verse form. I've also built a mobile or touchscreen interface to the database. So this allows people using touchscreen devices to access the information a bit more easily than this rather old-fashioned desktop interface. So that's kind of the kind of things you have there. And if you click on words, you get the same sort of glosses as you do with the other information. Likewise, other kinds of apparatus. The whole thing is categorized in a similar way, where you can search the contents of the corpus, browse the kennings, so you can see all the kennings for arm or hand, the hawk's path, and so on and so forth, and these are formatted to make it a bit clearer. I don't think I need to show too much more, but as you can imagine, with a project of this size that's been going along for such a long period, there's an enormous amount of information and different ways of presenting it. There are other databases that are linked into it that allow for very interesting kinds of searches and so on. But that's all I'm going to say today.